This fish looks like it swam up from the devil's fish tank straight into our nightmares. But is it really dangerous? Well, how about this terrifyingly large spider? Let's find out. The deep-sea hatchetfish. Despite looking like someone's worst nightmare, the deep-sea hatchetfish is actually a completely harmless, small deep-sea mesopelagic ray-finned fish found in tropical and subtropical waters. There are more than 40 species of hatchetfish. All of them have ridiculously skinny bodies, and many of them have shiny scales too, which adds to the metallic hatchet-like appearance. They're small fish, and even the biggest types grow to only about 15 centimeters long. Their delicate looks belie serious ruggedness though, because these fish are found in depths pushing nearly 51,500 meters. Hatchetfish have bioluminescent bodies, and they can alter the brightness of their glow depending on how much light is filtering from above. In doing so, they're counter-illuminating their bodies in a clever camouflage technique. Their dim self-produced light reduces their silhouettes, making it much more difficult for predators to spot them from below. The aye-aye. One of the most repulsive animals on the planet is the aye-aye. Despite its disturbingly scary appearance, though, this tiny lemur is just about as harmless as a newborn kitten. Only found in Madagascar, this 14 to 17 inch long species sports a long tail. It has whitish guard hairs and long wiry hairs ranging in color from gray to black. However, its teeth, like those of a rodent, are constantly growing. Like bats and squirrels, the aye-aye uses echolocation to navigate and can scale trees head first. It has spherical orange or tan eyes that are large and glaring. It also has a third finger to dig holes with its teeth and grab grubs from those holes. People in the area dislike this creature because they believe it's a demon and will kill it if given a chance. Despite being difficult to care for, aye-ayes can be found in zoos worldwide. This includes in Cincinnati, Philadelphia, and the Bristol Zoo in the UK. The basking shark. Like a lot of the animals on this list, the basking shark is considered scary because of its massive size and threatening-sounding name. While maybe the second largest living fish on the planet, growing to be about 20 to 26 feet in length, the basking shark's diet consists solely of zooplankton and phytoplankton. This is because of its filter feeder method of eating. The most noticeable feature of this shark is its mouth, which can open up to be 1 meter wide. Its conical body is covered by a mucus layer with a brown or gray skin on the back and a light belly. Its pectoral and dorsal fins are quite large, they can stretch up to be 2 meters wide. The shark's squalene-rich liver is about 1/4 of its body weight, and is crucial in helping the shark to stay afloat. An adult basking shark can weigh up to 6,000 kilograms and measure 8.8 meters. While the basking shark inhabits all the oceans of the world, it's predominant in the temperature subpolar waters and continental shelf. Its habitat is largely influenced by availability of food. During summer, it migrates to coastal areas to feed on copepods. However, as soon as the winter sets in, it moves back to cold temperate waters. The whip scorpion. With pincers, mandibles, and spindly appendages that can grow almost 2 feet long, whip scorpions seem like the last thing you'd want to see in the dark. Honestly, it looks more like a cross between a spider, a scorpion, and a crab. It has a broad, flat body with a segmented abdomen and a series of flexible appendages that sweep the ground as it moves. 8 legs and 2 pincers jut out from both sides of the body and bend in a loose L shape, and 8 eyes glitter from the top and sides of the head. They literally look like they came from hell. But believe it or not, they're completely harmless, and even make great pets too. They seem to rely on their terrifying looks to ward off predators, because these guys are never aggressive. Heck, they aren't even known to be hostile, or even defend themselves when threatened. In fact, people who keep them as pets allow these critters to crawl all over them without fears of being stung. The vulture. Often demonized because of their frightening appearance and intimidating wingspan and inappropriate habit of only showing up when there's a dead carcass lying around, vultures really are one of the most misunderstood animals in the world. Fact is, they're completely harmless, as long as you're alive and kicking. In truth, they're enormously beneficial. If vultures weren't around doing their jobs, we'd have dead, rotten carcasses lying around. Vultures perform a vital role in the life cycle. These scavengers have sharp beaks and razor-like talons, but they don't use these tools to kill prey. When food is scarce, vultures will occasionally prey upon a sick or weak animal, but most often they simply feed on carrion. The Goliath Bird Eater. This is the Goliath Bird Eater. Weighs up to 6 ounces and has a wingspan of nearly a foot. This tarantula is the largest arachnid on all of Earth. Despite its name though, Goliaths don't usually eat birds, though they are undoubtedly gigantic enough to be able to do so. The term bird eater came from an 18th century engraving that showed another kind of tarantula eating a hummingbird, which gave the entire genus the bird eater title. So if not birds, what do these things eat then? Well, insects make up a massive chunk of the Goliath's diet, though frogs and rodents are on the menu too. These spiders prowl the Amazon for food with their inch-long fangs that act like hypodermic needles ready to inject neurotoxins into their hapless prey. Once it finds one and bites into it, the spider drags the dying animal back to its burrow to begin digesting it. Scared much? Don't be. These large tarantulas are completely harmless to us humans, if you know what you're doing around them. Although they don't readily attack humans, they can do so if provoked. The Thorny Devil. The Thorny Devil, also known as the Thorny Dragon, the Mullock, the Thorny Lizard, or the Mountain Devil, is an amazing Australian reptile. It got its name owing to the two large horn scales resembling that of devil horns on its head. They're found in central and western Australia, and they inhabit deserts and arid scrubland. They're currently an endangered species and are being actively protected by conservationists. The whole upper side of the lizard's body is covered with thorns. Also, the creature features a spiny false head on the back of its neck. These natural spikes act as a defensive mechanism against predators. The Thorny Devil can measure up to 20 centimeters long, including the tail, and females are bigger than males. In general, the species are brown and tan in color. However, like the chameleon, this reptile also has the ability to change its own color. Though they look like they feed on the souls of sinners, they mainly eat ants and can gobble up 3,000 of them in a single meal. Now it's time for the day's best pick, which is truly one ugly, dangerous looking fish. But is it really dangerous? The giant monkfish. The monkfish is a strange and somewhat terrifying looking fish, but it's in fact perfectly suited for its life as a deep water predator. Monkfish have a number of adaptations which make them adept at catching their prey. The protuberance, which comes from their head, known as the esca, can be moved in any direction. It's then used to attract small fish, which believe it's something to eat. Once they're in range, the monkfish snaps forward with incredible speed to devour the fish in its massive mouth. The teeth of the monkfish are hinged, which allows the prey to be held securely in the monkfish's jaws. The monkfish also has an expandable stomach, which means they can eat fish which are almost as large as itself. Monkfish will eat sand eels, cod, pollock, coalfish, dogfish, all kinds of flatfish, and even rays. They've also been caught with lobsters and crabs in their stomachs, suggesting that monkfish are opportunistic predators that will eat pretty much anything that crosses their paths. Like with most animals, monkfish will usually take no notice of humans, but catch them in a bad mood, just make sure your fingers are nowhere near those teeth. The satanic leaf-tailed gecko. It might be the lidless eyes, or maybe the tiny little horns, or the way its vertical pupils stare into the depths of your soul, or the bright red insides of their mouths. Whatever the reason, the satanic leaf-tailed gecko truly deserves its name. However, their appearance is not used for scaring the living daylights out of people. It's actually for camo. The satanic leaf-tailed gecko lives solely in trees thanks to their sticky toes. Not only are the bottoms of their toes made of millions of tiny plates, but they also have curved claws for extra grip. These plates allow movement across smooth vertical surfaces like glass. If that doesn't provide enough holding power, the satanic leaf-tailed gecko can also use its tail to wrap around branches. During the day, these geckos use a variety of tactics to stay safe from predators like eagles, snakes, and rats. Besides camo, they can also flatten their bodies to minimize their shadow, open their jaws wide to show their bright red mouths, or shed their tails and run away. The pit bull. Pit bulls always get a bad rep, mainly because they're always portrayed as bloodthirsty, fearless dogs with a bite force that can break bones. And of course, their popularity in illegal dogfighting arenas. But in reality, pit bulls are gentle, well-behaved dogs that can be the perfect family pet with the right love, care, and training, of course. Then again, just one look at a pit bull isn't enough to strike fear in the hearts of many. But that doesn't seem enough for pit bull breeders. To them, the scarier the pit bull looks, the better. In fact, certain breeders have produced pit bulls that look more like panthers. But no matter what they look like, they all share the same temperament. They're playful and friendly, very athletic, and have a strong desire to please people. They can be trained to be aggressive towards other dogs, hence their popularity in dogfighting. But they aren't naturally aggressive towards humans. In fact, pit bull owners swear that this breed loves children and are the perfect nanny. So next time you see a pit bull, don't think of it as the hellhound we've been programmed to think they are. But of course, express some caution if it's a wild one like all dogs. See you all next time!